We're back. Monday night is Raw. Talk about it in a nutshell. All right, guys. Canadian content creator here, wrestling guy, your best friend Andrew, DA Wrestling. Let's talk about some stuff. All right. On today's show, hey, there's some things happened. Somebody gets hurt. Looks like he'll be out for a bit. Styles possibly going to the IC title very, very soon. Possibly going to win it. Who knows? Is Dom the new leader of the Judgment Day? Who knows? Jey Uso ends up beating everybody in the field for the night. Faces Cody Rhodes next week. We're going to talk about that. And the return of Asuka. Before you get started on this, guys, here, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below here. Small click for you, big click for us. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, Podbean, as well as YouTube. We appreciate everything there. Thank you very much. And let's get started. All right. So, start with the first thing there. Asuka's returned. She was in the four-way match today for the Queen of the Ring to see who advanced to the semifinals. And she looked good. She looked good. Came out like all black, wearing almost like a Joker-esque kind of face paint. Looked really good. It's good to see Asuka back after 13 months. She ended up taking on Stephanie McKeer, Ivy Nile, as well as Raquel Rodriguez, right? In a very, very good match. Like, we got a lot of this is awesome thing went on. Now, it wasn't with some controversy, of course, right? Closer to the end of the match there, Raquel Rodriguez ended up hitting the Tejana bomb, right? Ends up getting pulled out of the ring by Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley came down. She ends up giving her the riptide, takes her out, throws her back in the ring. Asuka ends up winning. I guess it's almost like a Naomi rear view. They call it the Empress of Behind or something. I don't know. Some kind of silly name. But yeah, Asuka ends up winning. She advances to the next round. I'm not upset with this. So return match. She's very good. I'm glad she's won. Stephanie McKeer, though, too, I did not win. Now, obviously, this is like a lot of people are going to probably start going in and saying, why did Stephanie win? Why did Stephanie win? As much as I love Stephanie McKeer, she can't win everything. Right? Does it make sense that maybe she could advance and won here? Yes. But they could have done that the week before. Right? They did it the week that Asuka's back. So Asuka's probably going to win this match no matter what. It's good that she's back. I hope she kind of goes all the way with it. It's hard pressed to say, though, too. I did say Roxanne Perez, though, recently. And I'm okay with that, too. But she's facing Jade Cargill next week. Roxanne Perez. On Raw, I think it is. Or maybe it's on SmackDown. Not too sure. But she will be facing Jade Cargill. Now, that's interesting to see what they're going to do there with that. If they are going to pull the trigger and have Roxanne beat Jade. But the point here is that Asuka won. She got a return match there. She looks really good. Looks like she hasn't really lost a step. Out for 13 months, though, guys. So, do I think she's going to win the thing? I'm still going to put I think I'm still going to take probably Roxanne Perez. Maybe even Cargill. But I would love to see Asuka win. Anyway, moving on. So, I remember I said at the beginning of the show there that somebody got hurt. That somebody's Liv Morgan. So, I guess this is like a freak accident. It wasn't anything like it wasn't anything malicious, anything that could have possibly caused an accident, but it did. So, in her match against Kairi Sane tonight, right? Kairi Sane, in one maneuver where Liv was caught off the ropes, Kairi did a whole turnaround, tripped her, and Liv Morgan fell very awkwardly onto her arm. They showed the replay back several times, and it shows her arm, her elbow particularly, was right to the mat really hard, and it almost looked like she popped her shoulder. Came out saying that she's dislocated. Now, what goes on with the tag team titles with that, I don't know. Right? They haven't mentioned anything about that yet. Obviously, it's fresh. It just happened. But it could mean the tag team titles could be in jeopardy here. Now, they have done in the past, right? Where if somebody got hurt, somebody comes in and takes their place. In fact, that happened with the last tag team titles. Jade Cargill got, well, thrown into a car by Naomi, right? And she took off the tag team titles with Bianca Belair. So it's something they could possibly do. Maybe put the title, maybe Philip will be out for a little bit. Maybe Roxanne Perez joins Raquel Rodriguez and becomes a tag team champion in that way. Not sure what it's going to do. Time will tell how long she'll be out for. It could be a few weeks. It could be, depends on how severe how bad it is. So I'm no expert on dislocated shoulders, but my guess is she's probably going to be out probably a few months, give or take. Best cause of action, as far as I'm concerned. Right? It does stink though too, because she did put a kind of fiery promo today too on Nikki Bella. Right? So we'll see what happens there with Liv Morgan. Nikki Bella from last week. She did cut promo a little bit tonight too. That was from last week though. Sorry, folks. Sorry, guys. Anyway, moving on to that. You know when your favorite guy returns sometimes in WWE and you don't want to see him, but you're excited to see him for a bit, but then they keep on returning. Or you know they don't need to be there. They're just going to take title opportunities from people. That's Goldberg. Goldberg returned on Saturday Night on Raw tonight and challenged Gunther for the world title, and it's going to happen at Saturday Night's main event. Let that sink in for a second. Now, this was always the supposed plan going on. That's the reason why they took the title off of Jey Uso, so they could give Goldberg his final match against Gunther. If you put the title on Goldberg, folks, you're no better than Vince. Seriously, you're no better than Vince. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to do that to Gunther. It just makes no sense to me. Right? It came out that it was Triple H's call to take the title off of Jey Uso. Right? Probably get this match because Goldberg did have one match and won a retirement match. So that's what they're doing. It's probably a one-off. I don't think there's going to be any more matches there. Do I think they're going to put the title on Goldberg? No. Would it be stupid if they do? Absolutely. 100%. It'd be total nonsense garbage. Like I said, you'd be no better than Vince. Remember when Vince decided it was a good idea to take the title off the Fiend? And had Goldberg beat the Fiend in Riyadh? Yeah, that. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, obviously, Triple H here isn't Vince. Right? So that's probably not going to happen. It's probably just a one-off. His final match is his goodbye. Call it square. Yeah. So AJ Styles had a match today against JD McDonough. Right? Now, before that, right, JD McDonough's in the back. He's warming up. He's talking to Dom. He's talking to Finn. Finn's like, I'm going to come out there with you and all this stuff. Make sure you help out and win. Dom's like, whoa. I don't think it's a good idea. I think maybe, he just go ahead and take care of it. Be fine. If it's like, you know what, you're right. Right? You're absolutely right. Right? You should go. They'll be, yeah, that's probably a better idea. Goes out there. Right? He doesn't do anything really to cost JD the match at all. Styles them winning clean, basically. Right? With the Styles clash. At the end of the match, Dom tries to get interfered. AJ stops him. Right? Finn Balor comes in and kind of saves Dominic a little bit from getting, beat up by AJ Styles. Leaving the IC title in the ring with AJ Styles. AJ Styles ends up taking it, holds it up. We're getting AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio, folks. But my question I ask here, though, is, like on the top of the show, I said, is Dominic Mysterio the new leader of the Judgment Day? but they haven't really specified. It's entirely possible, right? It's highly possible that there's a power struggle between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Very similar to how when Damian Priest had the title too, everybody didn't like how he was kind of running things. Maybe Punk's right. Maybe a title does corrupt people. But either way, we're looking at the AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio match at some point. All right. I'm interested to see it too. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on AJ Styles beating Dom. I personally wouldn't mind it. Now, they mentioned that AJ Styles won the IC title before. I don't recall him ever winning the IC title. The US title, absolutely. I don't recall him ever winning the IC title in WWE. Comment down below if you think if he did, because if I'm wrong, cool, that's fine, but let me know. But I don't recall AJ Styles ever winning the IC title. US title, absolutely. I think it was twice. But not the IC title, like ever. But is Dominic Mysterio the new leader? He seems to be calling a lot of shots around here. Him and Liv. Right? And you have like Finn over here, you know, talking to Roxanne a lot, talking to JD a lot. It almost seems like there is that power struggle. Let's just see what happens soon. Do I think AJ Styles is going to win? Probably not. Do I think it's going to be Balor that takes that title off him? More than likely. Or Balor's going to cost him. And AJ Styles is going to win. One or the other. But more time will tell us, see what happens with this. Bayley came back last week. Now, I know I didn't mention on the show. Sorry, I skipped the brain. I'm not the biggest Bayley fan, though. But Bayley did come back. She got a very, very, very emotional promo about her and Becky Lynch. How they kind of came in together. They weren't supposed to make it. Eventually, Becky Lynch came out trolling the Green Bay Auto because they were in Green Bay, Wisconsin this week, and she came out wearing Bear stuff. Chicago Bears stuff, gear. And if you know anything about football and wrestling, that Seth Rollins is a massive Bears fan. So, Becky Lynch obviously stole some of his clothes. And they started jib-jabbering back at each other. Basically, you just are okay with being second fiddle. I wasn't. That's why I'm where I am. That's where you are. You don't have to be acting as I am. And Bayley's like, whoa, 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 that's not true. I have a lot of accolades. In fact, my legacy is pretty much secure. I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer. More than likely. She's not wrong. Right? They asked her, Becky Lynch says, you know how it feels like to hold the title anymore? It's been so long. She goes, no, it's right. It hasn't been long. But they did announce, though, that Becky Lynch will be facing Bayley. I believe it's next week or Saturday night's main event. One or the other is going to happen there. But I think Bayley's going to beat Becky. I don't know. It's hard to say. Do I think they're going to try and drag this out for 3 matches? Yeah, absolutely. So, if Becky don't get it if Bayley don't win it the first time, she might win the second time. Anyway, final thing we're going to talk about there. Jey Uso advances to face Cody Rhodes next week in the semifinals. That will be on Raw by beating Bronson Reed, Sheamus, and Rusev. Overall, a very good match here. Rusev and Sheamus spend most of the time beat the crap out of each other, which is great because I like to see that in a singles match. Been a long time. Bronson Reed almost won this until LA Knight came in and knocked him off the rope before he did the tsunami, and Jey Uso ends up winning with a splash. His own splash. Before that, too, Sami Zayn came out and started attacking people. Mostly the Paul Heyman guys. Right? Which led out Braun Breaker, who took out Sami Zayn. After Jey Uso won the match, Seth Rollins came out. He was infuriated by the fact that Jey Uso won. He comes in. He's about ready to go at it with him. Next thing, Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody goes after him. They stare face to face. Now, I said this before. It's not possible that they have Seth cash in on Cody. Now that I think about it and see the things I see now, they could just be a ruse. The guys like throwing a curveball. But the way it's looking right now is I don't think it's a possibility that Jey Uso, it's not Jey Uso, that Cody wins the title, then gets cashed in on by Seth. It's a possibility. It really is. Because Seth has that money in the bank contract. He doesn't have to do anything for a bit. Right? Is there motivation for Seth to go after Cody and take that title? Absolutely. Because unfortunately, for the title that Gunther holds, it is not exactly on the higher level that the WWE title is, or the Universal title is. It really isn't. And that's kind of WWE's fault. Because as much as we all loved Roman Reigns holding the belt for an extremely long time, it kind of diminished the other title when they unified them. Hate to break it to you guys. But they've done a good job in bringing that other title up. Now, it's definitely higher than where it was. But is the bigger title the one that John Cena holds? Absolutely. It really is. Is Cody the number one guy in the WWE? Absolutely. Right? Was Roman Reigns, when he held the title, the number one guy? 100%. So it's very entirely possible that Seth does cash in. I don't think it's still going to happen, but it looks like they might go that route too. And have Seth cash in on Cody if Cody does beat Cena. Because I don't think he's going to cash in on Cena. I think he's going to cash in on Cody. Which makes sense, because then you can do Cody, if you want, you can do Cody versus Seth. Because Seth and his group is making a lot of waves. You know, it's like the new Bloodline / Evolution / the Dangerous Alliance / Four Horsemen / you get the point. But right now, it's good. Seth has that thing. It looks like they are teasing it, but I don't want to say it's going to happen, because I still think it's still going to happen. I still think that Seth's going to cash in on maybe Gunther or Gold. You know, there's an idea. If you want to have Goldberg beat Gunther, then have Seth cash in. Great, absolutely fantastic. I'd be okay with that then. But I don't need Goldberg beating Gunther, then he'll go on, then hold the title for a month. I don't. Nobody does. So, but hey, I don't think Goldberg wants to go out that way anyway, so we're gonna skip that. But who knows who Seth's gonna cash in on right now, right? It's a possibility, right? For both. Anyway, guys, that was wrong. Also, before I go to, after King of the Ring's over, Sami Zayn is going to face Karrion Kross. They did a segment tonight too where Sami just ripped on Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross says you're an insane because you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, and now you get expected a different result. Zayn told me it's courage to go out there and if you lose, it's courage. I built myself up. It's courage. You don't have courage. When this is over, I want to face you. And Karrion Kross is like, about time. So, we're getting Karrion Kross, the jewel of the WWE right now, against Sami Zayn. And Karrion better win. Like, he better win. Or people might revolt. Who knows? Nobody's going to revolt. Who knows? Nobody's going to do that stuff at all. Anyway, guys, that's Raw basically in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed it. Right? Tune in next week. They will have that Jey Uso versus Cody match there. I also believe, too, it will be, I think it's either the Jade Cargill versus Roxanne Perez match or Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. One or the other is going to be on Raw next week. And one of those will be on SmackDown. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. This is DA Wrestling. We appreciate it. Thanks for following us. If you do, thank you. If not, tell your friends. Tell them to follow us. We appreciate it always. Thank you very much. Have a good one, guys. Be well.